So those go like that. And then basically it's just like if you're transporting items, wood power pipe pulls power from the engines. Now that those are there, if I wrench them, if I right click with this wrench, they'll spin around, and that one is, there it goes. Spin around until they're facing up, and then when they turn on, you'll be able to see power coming up and then over and then actually this way as well. So I'll just go ahead and get this as far as I can. And I don't have any gold on me. How far is that? That's probably at least 16. So let's do it this way. I'll just go ahead and run it straight to it. And then if I want to, I can put a smooth stone on this back wall so that that's not visible. So let me go grab 4 gold ingots and we'll make some more gold pipe. I didn't plan on undoing all of this in a video, so pardon my unpreparedness. Alright, 16 of those. I'll go ahead and grab another little stack of redstone in case that's not quite enough. And I'm not sure if there's a way to turn the pump on and off with a lever. Normally what I do is I just turn off the engine supplying oil to it once I have, enough. So I'm going to have to look that up. I'm not sure about it. I'm also not sure about power demands with this conductive pipe, since the refinery is much further away than the pump is supplying water, and they're both drawing energy or power or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the priority is, so we'll have to see how that goes. If it's too wonky, I may just grab a couple of power teleport pipes. Actually, what I could do is I could grab 3. I could put one right on top of this, and then I can set one on the pump over there and one on this thing and set them to receive, and they'll both receive power from this thing. And then when I want to turn this off, I can just set receive to false, and that would be a way to switch it off. So that actually may be a better idea, but I've already made all this gold conductive pipe, so I'm going to leave it now. I don't want to waste it yet. It'll probably be a waste. I'll show you a real waste. If I can reach that chest, I don't think I can without stepping on a block. When I was making the refinery, I thought that I needed 2 diamond gears, and I only needed 1. So this is 4 diamonds, 4 gold, and 4 iron that I could have used for something else, because I guess I just, I wasn't paying attention, or I just, mistook. So at some point, we may be putting in another refinery, since I have a diamond gear and nothing to spend it on. So everything over here is hooked up. We just don't have any juice flowing through the pipes, and I mean juice as in liquid and juice as in energy. So what we need to do next is go put the pump on that oil geyser. First I have to turn the mining well into a pump. Let me leave this other stuff over here that I don't need. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to need this. I'll just bring it all. How about that? I'll just put it in my bag so that I don't lose anything that is very valuable. And I almost put the redstone engines in the chest, but I'm definitely going to need redstone engines for this. No more glass over here. So what I'll do is I just need to make 1 piece of tank, and it's apparently the sun is setting. I think that's, yeah, that is the sunset. So what I'll do is I'll make this. As soon as it's morning, I'll jetpack on over to the thing, the geyser, and I'm going to bring a world anchor. We don't really have any rules about these yet, but I like to remove it before I leave the server. So what I'll do is I'll fly over there, kick the hell out of the zombie first of all. What's up with that? I'm working from right to left in here. Like, you know, I started over here and I'm just working my way across. And I know they wander in occasionally, but it really hasn't been that much of a problem. But I probably should put up a wall so they can't get in. Anyhow, I'm going to fly over there after I turn this mining well into a pump. And I cannot forget my teleport pipes. I almost forgot them. If I hadn't been saying that, then I definitely would have forgotten them. So I'm going to make the waterproof teleport pipes and then head over there. And then I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, we're here. This actually isn't quite as far away as I thought it was. It's just, I mean, you can see the quarry from here. But I'm still going to drop a world anchor just because. I just want to be sure. So I looked at my time while I was waiting for night to end, and I'm right around 35 minutes before I started this clip. So I think I'm going to split this, make it a two-parter, and I'll just I'll upload one whenever I upload it, and then I'll just upload the other one the next day. So yeah, that'll be fine. It's 35 minutes without those clips that I'm not sure if I'm going to put in from when I was letting the filler clear the room. So I don't know, it could already be closer to 40. But anyhow, here we are. I set up the waterproof teleport pipe on the other end, and it's on frequency 2, and I have to say that because otherwise I will forget. I'll have to stop the video, I'll have to replay the last segment and see what it is. So that's my favorite part, when that thing automatically extends to whatever liquid is. So I'm putting 4 redstone engines on this dude. And I'm just going to use a couple of levers, one for each pair of engines. So we'll get that going. Got my pipes. Make sure that's the waterproof one. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. All right. Frequency 2. Uh-oh. Connected pipe 0. So maybe that chunk is not quite loaded anymore. So let me plop my world anchor down over here. I need to look at the thing called, it's called a something tether. This thing, teleport tether. It's really good, I believe, for things like this because the world anchor loads a 3x3 chunk area around this, but I think the tether only loads, you know, the chunk it's in, and this is actually in a couple of chunks, so I'm not sure how that would work, but either way, there's our world anchor, so that should keep this chunk loaded. It looks like it's flowing, even though there's no pipe. It says there's no pipe connected. That might be a bug, so we may get back over there and it might already be flowing in. So what I'll do to start it, I'll bring some buckets and I'll put a little bit of water in the engines, and I'll put 1 bucket of oil in each engine to get them going. And then that should make hopefully enough fuel to put one bucket of fuel in each engine, and then at that point, you know, we should be all set. So this jetpack really comes in handy. I think the ring is a little better, and I was considering having Lady Star not make me a ring since I went ahead and made the jetpack, but I don't know. We'll see. So I can't tell. It looks like there's something in the bottom of that, but it's kind of hard to tell because, yeah, I wasn't sure if that was on a block or not. So oil is pumping. So let's check out our teleport pipe on this end just for the fun of it. Frequency 2 can receive true. Connected pipes 0. But there's the oil, so that might just be a bug. So this stuff is not going to flow in very quickly. Whoops. Until those other redstone engines heat up. You know, because I just turned them on, so they're all blue. Once they get orange, it's actually a lot faster, but, well, I don't know. I can already see it in there, so I'm not sure if this pipe will take from it until it reaches that level. So I'll tell you what, let's do. I have 5 stone pipes. Let's do this. Since this is in a corner, I was afraid of that. That's okay. We'll just kind of finagle this for now. And then, well, I guess that's not finagled because once I fill up this tank, I have to empty it before I can put something else in it. So I'm not sure what happens to liquid if you have a whole thing of tank and, sorry, I think I just bumped the mic. If you have a really tall tank and there's oil in the bottom, I'm not really sure what happens to it if you destroy the bottom. So I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'm just going to leave it how it is because this is all behind the scenes stuff anyway, mostly. And I think I should be able to right click this thing, but whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I may have to have a bucket. Wow, that filled up fast. Alright, so let me do something with this water. We'll put a little something in our engines, and then we'll put some oil in, and we'll see if this works. So, can't put it right there. Okay. There's nothing underneath this, so I can't dig out of the floor like I normally would. I'll tell you what. Let's take this off for a minute. Alright, I probably should have started on the other end, since it's kind of harder to reach. So I'll put 1 bucket of water, 1 bucket of oil in these things, like I said, to see how it goes, just to get it started. And if you have a tank like this, if you right click the section of the tank that has stuff, it'll fill up with whatever's in it, be it water, lava, you know, whatever, oil, refined fuel. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And if you notice, that one bucket of water fills up more than the one bucket of oil. Yeah, I think that thing is actually going to fill up pretty quickly. The bad thing is I'm going to fly over there. I thought I put water in that one. Did I miss one? Oh, I did. I put 2 water in. Huh, okay. Well, either way, I just need to remember to put water in the middle one. These will actually run for a minute without exploding. So, as long as I have a pump hooked up to them with a water supply, I mean, it should be okay for the amount of time that it's on. I saw something on the wiki about people set up little redstone contraptions that turn these things on and off, and they cycle back and forth so they don't have to use water to power them. Alright, engines on. Energy going both directions. Water flowing from the pump into the engines. And as you can see, they're already filling up. So that's good. Well, it's not good. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm not going to lie. I think the one thing I forgot, I have to put a redstone engine on the refinery to suck the oil out of it. So, number 1, whoops. Number 2, we'll fix it. And I think I need another piece of wood waterproof pipe. So I was close but no cigar. Oh man, come on. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so I'm going to put this redstone engine over there. Well, actually, I think you need wood pipe to come out of this. Now, let's just do it. We'll just do it on the surface. I was going to bury that too, but there's really no point. So I'll just pop my engine right there. And the reason I thought that you didn't have to use a wooden pipe, I think I made this mistake before. I saw a tutorial or something a really long time ago, and the person put a pipe on the bottom, and you could watch it actually drip out of the bottom. So I think that was why. So everything is pumping right now. This thing is still filling up, and it should fill up before the refinery finishes refining this. But we've already got fuel going into this tank. You can kind of see it at the bottom. It's not enough to get anything out yet, but it's working. Everything works. So just that one minor oversight. If you notice, that power is not constant because the pump doesn't need to work all the time. If these things are full, the pump, it can't put anything into them, so it actually doesn't draw any power. So once, whoa, why is that flowing? Oh, I already turned that engine on. I didn't want to do that. Damn it. I forgot I turned that one on. It won't go in there until all the oil is gone anyway, but I just don't like to have it in the pipe if it's not necessary. Anyway, this is a little bit of overkill, but it's better to have more power for your pump and everything than not enough power. And once we're running this thing on fuel instead of oil, it's going to have plenty of power, and it can run the pump, the refinery, and probably at least one quarry, maybe 2. I don't know. I don't know how much of this type of energy the quarry actually uses. I only know the equivalent in industrial craft, so I really didn't want that in there yet, but not that big of a deal, I guess. So really the only thing left to do is to put the explosion barrier, and I'm thinking about making a reinforced door and maybe putting it right here so I can walk in here and, you know, just kind of check on things. So let me check my time, um, and we'll see if I've got time to do that. One thing real quick in case I don't have a lot of time left. When these turn green, that means the refinery is running as fast as it possibly can. So you can see it if it's not getting enough power, I think it's blue, and each of those things are going up and down on the sides. They turn blue, or they start out as blue, either way, but they move a lot more slowly. And then when you get full power, they turn green and they really move quickly like they are now. So, yeah, let me check my time and we'll see if I have time to put this thing around. So, be right back. Okay, it's been total 50 minutes, 50, for all of this nonsense. I accidentally misplaced one of these, and I better put my lap pack on because I think it takes a while to break them since they're blast resistant or whatever. So let's just see. It's actually not taking as long as I thought. Definitely longer than Obsidian, but not as long as I thought. So I just went ahead and did that. It really only took a minute, but I just figured, you know, what the hell, I'll go ahead and do it in between. So these are almost out of oil already, which is fine. I'm actually going to turn off that one and turn on this one. Go ahead and fill them up. And by the time the next episode happens, I'm gonna clean all this up. I am kind of disappointed. This really doesn't fit with my whole color scheme thing I had going on, but you know, whatever. It's for safety. So as soon as these are totally empty, this should pump in here, and I'm gonna leave everything in the refinery. You can actually run a refinery without any supply pipes or extraction pipes. You can do it with buckets, and you can just give it power. And it doesn't look like oh, there it is. I just couldn't see it. So I mean, that's a handy little tidbit. You don't need all of this. I just wanted to go ahead and set it up. So this is going to sit in this pipe. All of this should get pumped into the engines as soon as there's room for it. And then I'll probably have to turn it off and go to bed because it's getting pretty late. So this has been a really long episode. It's definitely going to be a two-parter because I really don't think people have the attention span for an hour. If it was a something like if I intended to do a tutorial on this and I had all the materials on demand in creative mode and I wasn't actually like, you know, setting up, you know, a room and trying to decorate as I went and stuff like that, it would have been a lot quicker, probably like a 5 or 10 minute tutorial, which I mean can actually be done. If you guys want that, let me know and I'll see what I can do. It shouldn't be too difficult. But this is like from beginning to end process essentially. So this water pool is totally unnecessary, but I just wanted to make it, you know, I wanted to make it look somewhat ominous, or I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I just wanted to make it look, I don't know, a certain way. I'm fairly happy with the way it turned out so far. Not totally. I'm going to have to work on these trim things, but I don't know. Overall, I guess I'm pretty pleased with it. Whoa. That's the one thing that I haven't solved yet is the one in the middle gets the most fuel and the other ones get, you know, much less. So I'm not really sure how to solve that one, but that's no big deal. That refinery can run on one engine just fine for a while, and then I'll turn it back on, and as long as they all have water, I can probably leave that on and it won't be an issue. But anyway, okay, enough rambling. I'm gonna fix all this before the next episode, and maybe do a couple other things. But for the most part, this thing is done. It works. The engines get water. The engines get fuel. This tank gets oil. This tank gets fuel, and that was the goal. So that refinery is actually almost full, and when it is, it will stop. So I'll probably hang around for about another 20 or 30 minutes and let that finish, and then hopefully once it finishes, this stuff will just pump into the tank and fill it up. Hopefully it's not empty already. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me for this really long, what ended up being a 2-part episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello. Okay, so I ended the episode yesterday, and I'm going to split it into 2 parts. I'm about to edit, but I come on the server just to see what's happening. I totally got griefed, and I wanted you guys to see this. I have a feeling it was Grumpy Gamer LP, but I'm not sure. So this is what it looks like now. And honestly, I really like it. So if somebody changes something that you did, but you like it, is it still considered griefing? That's the question. The only thing that bugs me is if you see it looks like 2 blocks in between those 2 bottom lights and then 3 blocks in between the other one. That's annoying the hell out of me. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll move those lights down 1, and then I'll go up 2 and then put another light, and I'll move my teleport pipe to the middle. Also, the oil filled up. I haven't refined any of it yet, but I'm about to turn on the engines and get the refining going. So next episode, this should be full of refined fuel, and this should be full of oil. And I put in the reinforced door. It's nothing fancy. It's just a pressure plate on each side, so I can get in and out of here if I need to. But anyway, I haven't edited the video from the last few days yet, and I figured I'd just throw this in at the end because this is it's much different than what I left last night. And I've actually been on the server for about 20 minutes already, but I had no need to come in here, so I didn't come in here. But up here, if I can get right on this little lip right here, there we go. This is mainly just for show, but I'm thinking about making it functional. I might make a staircase up here, and maybe figure out how to make this an emergency shutoff, and then make the real switch up here. I don't know. I might do that. I'll think about it. But anyway, I just wanted to show everybody this because other than the gap between those lights, I really like it. I'm not going to lie. I think it's actually really cool. Grumpy's a really good decorator, so I'm assuming it's Grumpy. I don't know for a fact, but I'm assuming it is. So Grumpy, if you did this, I just want to say thanks. And I'll find some way to get you back. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.